For me, tracking my budget has helped me feel empowered and in control of creating my reality that I want. Hey you beautiful people, my name's Brittany, and today I'm going to be talking about how I track my budget and finances. I've made different videos on my channel about money, philosophy stuff on money, technical stuff, how I earn money, where I spend money, and I think I've talked a little bit about how I track it, but I get a lot of questions about my budget spreadsheet specifically and how and why I track my finances. So in this video, I'm going to address all of that, and I'm also going to give you an opportunity to get my budget spreadsheet if that's something that you want to purchase. It's something that I've made available because I love tracking a budget, hence why I'm talking about it. I love Excel, I love organizing, and I love knowing where I'm investing my energy and if it's worth it to me. So I'm going to start with a little bit of background. I've been tracking my budget since I was pretty young, probably since I started earning an income more regularly. I had chores when I was younger, and sometimes I earned an income from my family, but when I was about 14, I started working a regular job out in the world. And from then on, I was pretty interested in seeing how much I was earning, seeing where I was spending money, and I had a lot of fun with it. I had a lot of fun saving money as well. So when I was younger, I used to track this kind of stuff on paper, and then probably starting about a decade ago, I switched over and started tracking through Excel. If you're not familiar with Excel, it's a really amazing program. It's through Microsoft. I think Microsoft Office offers, like Microsoft Word and other applications, and Excel is one of them. It's really awesome because you can set up a spreadsheet and put in different formulas, and then all you have to do once it's all set up is plug and play in your numbers, and it will calculate all sorts of things for you. It also keeps me really organized, which is important for me when tracking my budget. I used to track my expenses like almost every day, and same with my income, and that got pretty tiring. Because as much as I love organizing all of this stuff, I don't want to be spending the majority of my time doing it. Now I've gotten it down to where I probably spend about an hour every month on tracking my budget. And I'm excited to share about how I've done that with all of you. Before I get too into that, I want to mention that, like everything else, I feel like it's super important to feel into what feels best for you. Sometimes there can be resistance that comes up within us around different topics, and I know money can be that sort of a topic for certain people. And I know people who tracking their budget feels stressful and it doesn't feel helpful. And I think it's really important to listen to ourselves and read the signs that our body and our mind and our emotions and everything is sending us. And then see if that's something that we want to keep working with and move around, or something we just don't want to focus on right now. For me, tracking my budget feels like it's always helped bring more peace and relaxation and understanding to my life. To understand where I'm putting my energy, where I'm receiving energy. And there were times where I felt like I was putting out more energy than I was receiving in this financial realm. And when I tracked my budget, I realized, no, I'm doing really great. And having a sense of where I was spending and earning, and then also a sense of where I wanted to be spending and earning and investing, helped me move more towards my ideal. I think it's important to feel empowered in this way. For me, tracking my budget has helped me feel empowered and in control of creating my reality that I want. There are two fun things that I feel like we can really do with a budget spreadsheet. One is track our income and our expenses. And then the other one is to sort of put out a dream budget and think about, ideally, what would I like to be having as an income? Where would it be coming from ideally? And where do I want to invest my energy, my finances? And yeah, to play around with all of that. Excel can help us do both of those things, because we can have our current reality budget and our dream budget, and then we can sort of think about bridging the gap between the two. I love to do this in all areas of life. If you guys have checked out my program Simplify, you'll know that it talks about going through different areas of your life and getting in touch with your real desires, being intentional and creating from there, really starting to manifest or continuing to manifest your dream life. I love thinking about this in all realms of life, and finances are another fun area of energy exchange to play around with. Another theme for me has been simplifying, of course, in all areas of my life. And so with my budget, what this has looked like is going from feeling like I need to track just about every day, like, okay, I spent this much money here and that much money there and I earned this and that, to just doing this once a month. One of the ways that I've really expedited this process is by having different cards for different things. So I have a food card, a travel card, and then one that I call business and Winnie. And I also have a PayPal account, or multiple PayPal accounts. So it's been interesting because my businesses have become more complex in a way. I used to have a web consulting business. That's tapered off in the last year, but now I have my own personal business, just like YouTube and selling products and coaching, presenting at events. I also have a similar business with Conor where we do these things as well. Then I also run Fruit Winter Festival with Conor, and that's its own sort of nonprofit and organization. And so I have these different areas, but because I've kept them organized, it doesn't take me any longer to track, and it's really simple. I think it's important for me to always have the money before I spend it, but I do like using credit cards for this organizational purpose. So during the whole month, every time I buy food, I put it on my food credit card. And every time I book a travel expense or an accommodation, I put it on my travel credit card. And then at the end of every month, I pay them all off. Some of them I pay off splitting them with Conor, and some of them are just my expenses. And we have that all figured out, so that way it's really simple to calculate every month. And like I said, it takes me probably about an hour. I also use PayPal. A lot of my business income and then expenses that I pay for go through PayPal as well. Another great thing about using credit cards in this way, when it's feeling good and safe and all those things, comfortable, is the benefits that you can get. I get some hundreds of dollars back every year because my credit cards have cash back bonuses. There's also one other card that I think is worth mentioning, and that's my Charles Schwab card. And I have that basically just for international use because when I withdraw money internationally, there's fees. And Charles Schwab will reimburse you all those international fees. So that's the card I use when I'm traveling internationally. I feel super excited about this topic. I love that money has over time transformed into something that feels really exciting and abundant and fun for me to play around with, just like any other energy exchange, just like any other area of my life that I'm analyzing and being intentional about. And I love sharing my tools and experiences with all of you here. I've made my budget spreadsheet available as an Excel document. It's available through my site for purchase if you want to check it out. It's basically just a blank template that you can fill in with all the formulas and everything that you can fill in with your areas of income and then your areas of spending. And you can also play around with creating an ideal one. And I've shown a couple of examples in there as well, like my individual budget setup, what that looks like, a joint budget setup, what that looks like, going from simple to more complex, and then again, that template so that you can check it out. I do recommend having a knowledge of Excel and how that works. If this is something that you're wanting to develop more but want support in, I am available for coaching in these areas too. Probably what I'd recommend for something like that is booking a 30 or maybe 60, but definitely 30-minute conversation with me. You can do that through my website, and we could go over, your areas of income and expenses, and I could set you up with a custom budget spreadsheet and show you a couple things about Excel if you're not sure how to do that. So I hope that this has been helpful and fun for all of you. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down below, and I hope you're just having a beautiful day. Sending you so much love. Mwah.